Chapter 44. Reality is engraved in the invisible listener. Maharaj, the Master is placing the Nama mantra in your spiritual computer. You have to follow it seriously. Once you realize that you are nobody, you will be completely unconcerned with the body, with the world. You will feel totally indifferent. Your presence is spontaneous, just like the sky. The entire world is projected out of presence. Without our presence, we cannot see the world. We can't see anything. That presence is anonymous, invisible, unidentified identity. It is called Brahman, Atman, Paramatman. And for that presence, there is no death and no birth. When you accept that you are unborn, that you are ultimate, all these questions about heaven and hell will no longer arise. They have no relevance. There is no need of salvation either, because you know that there is nobody there to be saved. All this talking about karma, prarabdha has proved pointless. Questioner. Surely there must be prarabdha. Maharaj. The concept of prarabdha is only there to pacify people. There is no individuality and therefore no prarabdha. And religion? Maharaj, religion. We created religion just to give some peace and contentment to the people. It is there to give them an identity. It is there to control the masses. Forget about all these concepts. Forget about everything. All these things are body related. All this knowledge is body form knowledge. Questioner. I don't know what to say, Maharaj. It feels like the more I listen to the teachings, the more you're stripping away, taking everything away from me. I will have nothing left to hold on to, which makes me feel a little nervous. You have a knack of wiping out everything we seem to value, everything by which we live. Maharaj, you are to use discrimination to separate reality from illusion. Also, you are to erase all body knowledge. Remember what I told you. Ultimate reality will not come out until all body knowledge has been dissolved. It was only after beingness that you came across all these things that you have become attached to. This thing, that thing. It is all body knowledge, second-hand knowledge. These illusory concepts came with the body form. Prior to the body form, were you familiar with the word illusory? Questioner. I guess not, Maharaj. And prior to beingness, did these names of individuals belong to anyone? Were you called Michael prior to beingness? Questioner. No. I know there were no names, no individuals, nobody. Maharaj. Religions and the principle of religion were formed just to stimulate a peaceful life. The principle of praying was formed as well. It is okay, so long as you know and understand the secret of your life. You must realize what it means. Only then will you be totally fearless. Self-inquire. Why should I fear death when it is common to us all? Questioner. That is true. Maharaj, you may think that no one can escape from the concepts of death and the dead, but find out who is dying, who is living. Just self-inquire. I will repeat this again and again. With direct hammering, you will eventually get the message. Nobody is dying. Nobody is taking birth. Nobody is dying. Nobody is taking birth. You are unborn. You are unborn. The problem is that we are thinking from the point of view of the body form. And we have blindly accepted all these concepts, all these illusory concepts. I'm a man or I'm a woman. I belong to this religion or I belong to that religion. My last birth was like this and my next birth will be like that. Present birth, last birth, next birth, rebirth. We're caught up in the circle of illusion going round and round and round. Questioner. So the problem is that we have accepted concepts, belief systems, philosophies, etc., without giving too much thought to any of it. Maharaj. We have blindly accepted and blindly signed without question. We continue to sign and accept all these illusions. Say it is like you may not have committed any crime, but you're still signing a confession that states, I'm a criminal. The Master says you've not committed any crime. You cannot, but still you accept the concepts, the illusions, and say, it's okay, I'm a criminal. The Master is making you enlightened. You were never a criminal. You're not a criminal. Your Master is your reflection. As a matter of fact, there is no Master, there is no disciple. The totality of all our knowledge has been formed out of body knowledge and framed around the body and body relations, which you are not, which you were not, which you are not going to remain. Questioner. What is the best way to get rid of the body illusion? Maharaj. You are the architect of your own life. You will come to know that all this is a dream. Compare it to acting in a drama, playing the hero or the heroine or the villain. You know that you're acting. You know better. For a few hours, you're playing a particular role. You know this is your role. Similarly, we are playing these roles. I'm a man, I'm a woman. We have accepted all these concepts, yet we have nothing to do with all or any concept whatsoever. You're unborn. To know reality, the basics are required, and that is why you have to undergo the disciplines of meditation, self-inquiry, and bhajans. Questioner. Alongside all these, there is also being in the presence of the Master and listening to the knowledge. This is a really potent cocktail. You could say it is the elixir of immortality, because by drinking the nectar, there is self-knowledge. You get to know, really know, that you're unborn. Maharaj, you will be intoxicated. I'm placing the same principle before you. What we call God does not exist outside of you. Everything is within you. I'm using different words, different ways, different angles, different dimensions. Questioner. In order to hammer home the truth. Maharaj. Yes, it is direct hammering. Direct hammering. The message is always the same. There is nothing else. Except your selfless self. There is no God, no Brahman, no Atman, no Paramatman. This is the message. Sometimes I give simple examples to establish the truth in you. It's like telling stories to a child. In order to relate the principle behind a story, you have to, first of all, present it in story form. The mother or father will tell a story and then explain its meaning. Likewise, the Master is presenting you with your ultimate truth in story form using certain language, certain words. Once the Master has presented you with the ultimate truth, the rest is up to you. Questioner. You mean it is up to us to keep up the practice? Maharaj. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. You have the knowledge. In order to have the conviction and to know what to do or not to do, the next step is up to you. You have to fit the pieces together. Because you know your selfless self more than anyone else. You know your selfless self better than anyone. Spontaneous conviction will come. When you become one with the final truth, this is conviction, enlightenment, realization. You can call it by any name. The name is not important. Through a process of direct hammering, the conviction will arise. You will know, I am unborn, so why have I any fear of death? After realizing there is no birth and death, you will exclaim, all my fear is gone. No fear will remain. This is the result of direct hammering. Maharaj. Questioner. Sometimes while I'm listening to you, Maharaj, I might not really hear what is being said, but other times when I listen, there's a surety, a yes, a click of understanding. Maharaj. The invisible listener in you is listening quietly and calmly. The invisible listener within you is listening quietly and calmly. Reality is engraved in that invisible listener, which cannot be removed. Perhaps you are not aware, or maybe you will not understand some things, but nonetheless, the silent listener is accepting everything, just like a recorder. Questioner: I like the sound of that. Maharaj: silently the process of recording is going on. Silently the process of analysing is going on, without your knowledge, without the mind, ego, intellect. No ego, no intellect, no mind. Questioner: the mind, ego and intellect try to block? Maharaj: these are all external layers. You can use them. It's not bad. Use them as and when you like. You can use them, but do not become their slaves. Excessive use of anything is poison. Excessive use of anything will be poison. If you take more food than is necessary, it is poisonous. Everything taken to excess will be poison. Questioner: too much mind, too much mental. Maharaj: there's no mind at all. This is exceptional knowledge. This is reality. It's not bookish knowledge. It is not literal knowledge. Questioner: it is beyond all the knowledge I have come across, and I've read tons of spiritual books. Maharaj: it's beyond everything. It is beyond knowledge, beyond everything, beyond words, beyond worlds, beyond imagination. Nisargadatta Maharaj used to say, remain how you were prior to beingness, remain as it is. How were you prior to beingness? Questioner: I honestly don't know. Maharaj: that's right. You were not knowing. You were completely unaware of anything. You did not know anything at all, but since you came across with the body, you started knowing so many things. Therefore, mind is body knowledge. What remains? The food body. You are neither the mind nor the body. There is no mind, and the body is a food body. So what remains? Someday or other, you will leave this body. It is not your identity.